Grand Rising. Peace and power to you. Now, I want to show you something. This says that this particular county courthouse is closed, but it's leaned. I leaned it for over 100 million in pre-Columbian lawful species. It's on the public record. So that means when I go to the sheriff, the last living standing person who has the lawful authority to issue constitutional authority, besides the marshal, listen, I'm going to tell you how this works so you know how your government is operating. All of you heirs and assigns. I want to call you people because now look at this. I'm going to show you something. There's a please use Clinton Street entrance right there. That's what it says, right? I took my happy ass and I just walked over this damn thing. The chain, right? I'm going to show you something so you know. I want you to know this. The site of Schenectady was bought of the Indians by Van Curler in 1661, and a pen granted in 1684. The town was burned by the French in 1690. That's what it says. Union College was chartered in 1795. The city was incorporated in 1798. Now, the 1786 and 7 Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Then 10 years later, this city was incorporated. In 1831, it became the western terminus of the Mohawk and Hudson Railroad. The locomotive building was begun here in 1848, and the electrical industry was established in 1886. The Schenectady Airport was opened in 1927. Now I'm going to let you read it one more time for yourself, up close. Now, if that was bought by the Indians, and I've proven on the public record, you can go look it up. I got 800 people in the entire world left with my genetic code. I am a rare species. I've captured 2.3 trillion in net worth. I'm trying to give that credit to the indigenous people of the lands. I have checks in my hand. I want to write you a check for 1 million credits. And for that 1 million credits, you're going to enter into covenant, a 9-month covenant. And you're going to come to our campus and you're going to help us instruct the indigenous peoples of the world about the things we are doing. You see? We're taking over our soil again. It's called inheritable blood. Now, they close all this stuff down. You see what I'm saying? They closed it down. For what? It's open. I'm about to have it open. I'm about to go get my sharifs and all my Islamic teachers and my shamanic high priest, and we're going to go and we're going to open this in mass. That's what's going to happen right now. You see this? Schenectady, founded in the wilderness beyond feudal control, inherits the spirit of liberty and progresses. Here, our forefathers established a college free from sectarianism. They helped to develop the steam railroad and inland water transportation that carried through her gates the commerce of our nation. In places of business, in workshop and laboratory, her citizens still labor to promote advancement of civilization. Now, I've just read that to you. Advancement of civilization. I got some stuff to show you this morning. I'm going to show you about your root race. I'm going to show you how this last 5 years that I've been captured and traveled on probably 100 Greyhound buses to 23 different e-states, putting people in trust and trying to get them to wake up. All right? Now, all these people are genetically modified. They're chemically induced. They don't have any control over their own mind. So I enter into these communities where they're marching and preaching and doing drugs and looting and rioting. And I am a wealthy landowner backed by military contracts, you see? So I don't have to worry about anything. Literally, all of you that are viewing this video right now, if you're sitting in your home and you have nothing to do with your lives, please come here for 1 million Federal Reserve notes. What are we going to do? We're going to write you a check for $1 million. Then you're going to receive that check and deposit it. And you're going to take that check and you're going to take that million in Federal Reserve notes. Oh, lobby hours, 6 a.m. Guess what? I must be early because it's not 6 a.m. yet. Look at that beautiful moon. It would be open right now. Oh, you can see what we own. We are purchasing en masse arms. We are purchasing en masse transportation. Ballistic level, number 5 and 6. We have estate trustees in Canada. And we are postmasters. We're estate trustees. All you have to do is look on the website, United States Trustee, Region 2. And guess what you're going to see? You're going to see U.S. corporation trustees. And then you're going to meet the creditors who are commanding those trustees on the soil concerning the operations of North America. Now, I say Grand Rising to you because I don't like to mourn. This is why I don't say good morning. Now, I'm bringing you and showing you everything that belongs to you. If you get this video and you're a Muslim in America and you are sitting in your homes in America scared because of some bioweapon. This is a genetic bioweapon. It was created in a lab. It was sparked as a nanoscience technological bioweapon. And let me explain to you how it works. If you take a microscopic robot and you put blood and DNA over that microscopic robot with a program, and then you take some protons and some neutrons and some electrons, and then you take a genetic code of a virus and you electrify it at 5.5 hertz, it makes it alive. And then you spread that electrical 5.5 hertz virus all over the fucking planet, you evil bastards, right? So this is what they did. You're asking me, a genius and a scientist, what happened? I'm telling you right now. When I say they, I'm talking about the extraterrestrial families, starseed families. They did a treaty with President Eisenhower. You can look it up. You can Google the shit. In 1952, I've been researching this, everything that I'm talking to you about since 2013, 14. Now, I was already into Pizzagate. I looked into all of that shit. I was researching everything. I woke up about 2014. I caught them all. So when I had to figure out what I was going to do to correct the errors of the world, I decided to use my wealth to be able to globally transform entire communities, right? So when I woke up, I traveled for 4 years straight, 3.5. And I studied law and I practiced various forms of traditions of spirituality until I come to Islam. After coming to Islam and worshiping the great God Allah, I come to the conclusion in my heart, for the first 20 years, I worship the corrupt version of the glowing ones. IND means to glow. INAS is ones, glowing one. I'm taking you around my community right now, to be honest. The glowing ones are the Indians. Are you listening to me? The glowing ones are the coppered colored. Now they say coppered, but we were actually electrified. We had electrical bodies when they arrived. We had a Helios Biblos. It was written in the Algonquin language. This Helios Biblos was a trust in our hieroglyphic language, in our Navajo language, regarding the sciences of the earth and regarding our shamanic historical origins and regarding our Asain Tabajet Bay, Yoruba origins. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Yoruba. You have to look up Yoruba. That is one of the origins. Now I'm speaking to you about a root race. What about this root race? Lemuria. I'm talking to you about Lemuria. If you look up Lemuria, you will see an ancient civilization. And there's a city called Atlantis. And under the ocean, or in the ocean, or in the depths of the ocean, was an entire city charged by the current of the ocean. And there was a time portal there. And this is how we were able to travel through intergalactic and interstellar travel. We used the oceans and the currents and the water to transport ourselves through to different dimensions. Now, when the Archon race got here and began to, how should I say this, simulate these false realities and use technology and Stargate systems to be able to keep us here and feast off of us. When I say us, the indigo children, the 12 astrological starseed families, 12 astrological indigenous earth families that were here before any colonization. Now, how do you know this? Well, if you look up Ascension Glossary, the Ascension Glossary was created and made for you to look up the words that have to do with this ascension into the 4th and 5th and 6th dimensions. Now, pretty soon, I would have sourced scientists that I'm getting ready to pay. I would have sourced instructors and Islamic teachers. And they're going to come here to my university. And what are they going to do? They're going to help me restore my genetic code. That's what's going to happen. Because all of the root races let this shit get out of hand. And if they would have let it continue, if I let it continue, my genetic code will be extinct. So, I plead to you on today, as I get ready to go face the police departments by myself, literally, while talking to you on this YouTube channel and sharing with you the city that I captured on the public record. It says, the people of the state of, and they are debtors to me. Every U.S. corporation, listed corporation, that is a person with an all-cap name and a birth certificate that hasn't chosen a nationality, every person is all subject to the invoices I'm going to send them. I promise you. I'm sending anyone who isn't in trust or does not have inheritable blood. You see? I'm getting ready to start sweeping the globe. So, when I say restoration of the root race and the tribes and the clans This is what I mean. Anybody existing on the soil of North America that doesn't prove genetically that are connected to the bloodlines that origined here, I'm deporting you. I'm going to issue a writ and you're going to be deported off this soil. That is the first thing I'm going to do. Unless you get in trust and you start producing for the beneficiaries, the heirs, the indigenous origin root families. Then I want you to look up UNDRIP. I'm so excited right now. Here you go. Building number 1. Welcome to Indy University. This is your university. Free and clear. You can come here. I'm inviting you. Every last one of you that's watching this video. If you are a Muslim and you practice Islam, you are welcome here to live and to raise your children and to grow your organic food. I am locking this whole entire campus down, and I am inviting the grand sheikhs of the world, the Islamic teachers of the world. I'm inviting them here to this location. Look at this. When I do that, when I invite them to this location, I am going to encourage them to give great glory to Allah. See, and I'm walking up to the building, and while I'm walking up there videotaping my ownership, our ownership, I'm calling the Islamic nation to this place. Any available Muslim that wants an opportunity to come here and to raise your children and to grow and to build and to teach the ways of Allah, you are welcome to this place. Free, absolutely free. Look, it's not even the best part yet. Look at these areas. Now, this is not only an indigenous campus for the indigo children. This is also an agricultural site for the world. This is where you can come and grow all of your organic food. You may grow it here on this Indy University. You may grow, you may build. Now, they did have someone in the Brooklyn area get killed, get murdered by the police. And there was a riot. Well, for me, I don't live in the paradigm of what the world tries to prescribe for me. I live in perfect peace. Listen, I'm asking you, would you like an opportunity to get out of your home and stop being locked down by COVID and just absorb the energy of the tree? Yeah, they stripped me of my melanin. I am a darker hue than a lot of my starseed families. I know that I have nanotech or genetically enhanced. I have nanoscience in my genetic code. I actually have nanobots that the MK Ultra and the CIA and the experiments back in the 50s. You see, when they injected everyone with what they called syphilis, that was a bioweapon. It was nanotech. And they looked and researched at how the bodies responded to the nanotech. Now, when I found out what they did to us, meaning took our 8 quadrihelix DNA and stole from us our generational inheritance, And I did my research and realized that we can travel to different planets. So I come here and I charge them, and I mailed my writs to Congress and President Trump, everyone. And guess what? No one responded to me. And I'm still here, presently on campus, claiming ownership of the whole entire campus. So, since I've proven inheritable blood, since I've proven heirship, since I've proven generational wealth these past 4 years, and all my court cases and all my blood work and everything that they've researched, since I've done all of this, what I get for claiming my inheritance is what you see today on this video. Yeah. The great God Allah blessed me with this gift, and I intend to give it to the children of Islam. I make a call to Sheikh Khalid Yasin, wherever you are in the world. I thank you for your many years of devotion. I do hear you, and to hear in the Hebrew or the Ibri language means to obey. I do hear when you speak. I do know nothing. I just started making salat, so I ask you, Sheikh Khalid Yasin, if there are any available members of the Muslim nation that can contact me and treat, because here's what's going to happen. The more I enforce the ways of Islam on this soil, the more the policy enforcers are going to try to stop me, because they think that Islam is not a religion of peace because of the propaganda. But it is a religion, and it is it is a way of life. And the way of life is love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. Now, this is the flag, and this is where we're going to put all 12 indigenous flags up, right there. That's where we're going to train our Muslim nation. And this is where we're going to worship. Woo! Peace and power to you. Love you.